Hi, Eric Wilson here, independent licensed mechanic with 30 years of experience. In the next 6 to 7 minutes, I'm going to show you the inside story on this 2007 Volvo C30, so you can make yourself an informed decision. Now, coming in on the left front tire, you get about 50% aggressive snow tires, so down but definitely not out. Now coming behind the front left tire, you've got brakes are 100%. I know I just changed them, so they're you've got a 50,000 K left on the front brakes. I just changed the front axle here as well. This is the outer CV boot, and you can see for yourself, good and dry. Inner CV boot, because they're these boots are full of grease, you see it right away, good and dry. So brand new axle on the front left. The outer This is the outer left tie rod, and this is the most important thing in the entire car because it's the only thing that holds the wheel to the steering. It is tight. Your sway bar link connected from here up to there is intact and doing its job. Lower ball joint, important, holds the wheel to the chassis. It is tight. Now, I'm not seeing, okay, yeah, now leak-wise on the motor, nothing that I can see. A tiny bit of sweat. Oh, it looks like, yeah, a tiny bit of sweat right here. And that's going to be from the cooler here, but it's not, yeah, you're probably going to have to change the gasket. And you have to change the gasket on the oil cooler here. That's a common problem for these cars. Not a big job, but definitely want to be aware of that, okay? Now coming across to the front right tire, you've got just got about 50% tread on aggressive snow tires, and then you've got coming behind. You've got again 50,000 K on the front brakes because I just did them. This is the outer CV boot. Now this one came full of grease. It was ripped. You see it right away. Good and dry. The inner CV boot again, good and dry. The lower ball joint is tight. Sway bar, your sway bar link connected from here up to there, intact, doing its job. Outer tie rod is tight. Lower ball joint is tight. Yeah, so everything's copacetic on everything's good on the right and left side, other than the just having to change the O-rings on this oil cooler here. Coming across to the rear right tire, about 40% tread, a little less tread on the rear than you have on the front. Down, but definitely not out. Now, coming behind the front, the rear right tire, you got the spring suspension intact. All your connection points here are good and tight. The sway bar link connected from right here, that's connected and doing its job. The right rear shock, if you follow it up, these are full of oil. If it was leaking, you'd see it right away, and that's good and dry. So no leaks. All your connection points are tight. Your connection points here are tight. So on the right rear side, now brakes, you've got about 15,000 K left on the rear. So they're down, but definitely down, but not out. Now your exhaust, everything's good with your exhaust. No issues with that. Coming across to the rear left tire, I should say, getting about 40% tread, a little more, yeah, about 40% tread on your rear left tire of aggressive snows. Rear left spring suspension is intact. About 15,000 K left on your rear brakes. All of your rear shock, if you follow it up, good and dry. Spring suspension intact, no brakes. Left rear suspension, sway bar link connected, doing its job. All your connection points here, here, and here are all intact and tight. So other than, yeah, so no issues coming at the back. Okay, with the motor running, you've got 174,283 K, no check engine lights. You've got a cracked windshield, and yeah, but no check engine lights, and your AC is, let's see, AC, check it out here, and your AC is blowing nice and cold. That's the best thing of all. Now I'm going to take you out and show you the condition of the motor. Now with the motor running, and a shot of your exhaust with the motor running, very, very clean. Now, I'm not hearing anything of any concern on your motor here, and the first thing I always do is I pull up a cap, the oil cap, and I look underneath for any kind of white goo, and you can see for yourself that's good and clean, because there would be like white mayonnaise in there if there was an internal leak, and that is not. So that's not of a concern. I'm not hearing anything of any concern. I'm not seeing anything of any concern on this motor. So that's my estimation of this vehicle. And if this, hopefully this will help you make an informed decision. Now, S&S Motors, the one that owns the vehicle, is prepared to do the tech video on any of his vehicles because he's simply got nothing to hide. And if this is not what you're looking for, definitely check out his other inventory, and I will make sure that I do the tech video so you know exactly what you're getting. Thank you very much.